I had a post-election discussion with a good man. He was an opponent of mine in the November 2nd election. That's Peter Mastrobatista. And he is in jeopardy of losing his seat. And I am possibly the cause, because I know I took a lot of votes away from a dual Republican for council ticket, and we, running conservative, would give them one Republican vote instead of two. Peter knows Farmington better than I do. Peter knows the intricacies of council work better than I do. But he and fellow Republicans on the council last term lost sight of big picture. Big picture is what Republicans are asked generally to do. I mean, most people vote straight party line. And when you don't know a candidate well, you're still voting row B in this case because you expect Republicans to hold the line fiscally on your pocketbooks. This group, 5-2 majority, Peter's one of them, didn't do that. And even worse, let people see a highly misleading communication about the cost of a high school proposal, a monstrosity to which we had only a yes or no vote. No multiple possibilities, which I would argue is the best way. Let voters see a no, a big monstrous yes, and in between, and whether it's through ranked choice voting or a series of votes, let us decide from among multiple options. Instead, we got one option only. And from town offices, we got the highly misleading, I mean, this is as close to a lie as you get without it being a lie. Oh, that the proposal would cost the average household about $480 a year. $480 total over 5 years. Not a big outlay. When in fact, it was nearly 20 times that. Over $9,000 per average household. Now, Peter's smart. He knows the difference. But instead of arguing, hey, this is costly and it's worth it, here's why, we get subterfuge. The misleadingness, again, not an outright lie, but something so misleading, deliberately misleading, I call Clinton-esque, okay? Remember, I did not have, well, you know the rest. Cagey instead of being straightforward. Republicans typically stand for something, fiscal strictness. If they're not standing well for that, then what's the difference between them and Democrats? Especially in this town. People here are for low taxes. That's why many of us have come here. That's why many of us stay here. But when we get a mill rate under a mostly Republican council that's heading close to most of other towns, still not going to be like West Hartford, you end up with officials that have belied their responsibility. And look, West Hartford, to its credit, people know what to expect when they're moving there. Huge services, yes, they're going to be paying big taxes. Farmington, a marquee town so far for just the opposite. Sentiments here for fiscal strictness are strong. Look, I campaigned minimally. I spoke with at most 200 District 1 voters prior to Election Day. Okay, and I'm not well known. I didn't do any phone banking. I didn't do any mailers. So maybe a few extra people saw me on community television. Ooh. Yet 178 people vote for the unknown with a message that is fiscal strictness. So look, Peter and Joe are far better known in the community. But I got a chunk of votes, about 10% of theirs, with a minimal campaign for a diverging message. Now, we could have a converging message if the continuing majority, they still have 4-3, acts conservatively with our pocketbooks. Or if you're going to spend liberally, be straightforward. Fiscal strictness, no shenanigans. Then we will have a better community, and you won't see challengers from the fiscal strict side.